found them, and then they start scattering and freaking out, and they start manifesting.
Well, for me, it was like this pure, like,
Good night.
boom. It was like I was mad.
Yeah, but okay, I understand that, but you gotta remember, it has. That's exactly what it is. Okay, it's not the people doing it;
No, all
it's
right.
spirits doing it. Okay, and I understand that it's gonna make people like us upset because we don't want to see people treated like that, right? But see, the other thing is that we can't react to that. Okay, because then they're going to feed that. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get reactions because they're feeding. They want to feed off of reactions. They're looking for reactions from everywhere. So if they get it from you and the other person, that's more for them to eat.
Amen. I was like, I just kind of like, how you immediately capture yourself, like you.
Oh yeah, I trust me. I've been through it 1,000 times.
I
Like
just,
I don't like to see stuff like that, and it's like you want to like defend, which yes, you can defend in a way, but you got to do it stoic.
yeah.
You can't do it with emotion like anger because they feed off of anger. They don't feed off of happiness. They hate that. They feed off of anger, sadness, torture, like all the bad stuff, okay? The seven deadly sins. That's what they feed off of. So yes, you could have defended, but you got to do it like stoically, like a statue, like a armed guard in front of the palace. Okay, like
Strangler.
very very calmly, but with very still. Don't show any emotion. Don't have any emotion because that's what they want is people's emotions. They don't care who they get it from.
Right. Well, I mean, for me, I agree with that. That's why I was like earlier today. I was just like saying, boy, these demons are out there, man. They're just like every day. They are just like trying to get me every single day. Like,
Oh, they are fiending for it.
oh, they're beating me up
Yeah,
bad.
well, who's got the power? Yahweh does. Who gives you the power if you ask him? Yahweh does.
Yeah, he
Okay?
does.
These freaking cockroaches ain't got nothing on Yahweh. So let him form the weapons. Let him attack you, and just sit there and have a smile on your face while they're doing it, because that's gonna make them more angry.
It's kind of
That's
what I was just talking about that.
resist the devil and he will flee because he can't do no more. He's trying to get that reaction.
I was just talking about that just earlier. What you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird because not in such a way where I was just like, God's by us all the time. He's there no matter what. He's by
Well,
our side every
but
single day.
yeah, there is no separation. He is literally within us.
Right. And that's what I was saying.
For everything, like he's omnipresent.
And people don't realize that. People don't understand that.
Because of what
People,
they taught.
no. Well, you know,
Because of what they taught, they've been taught the separation that God's up in the sky somewhere looking down, and you're down here, and you got to find him. No, that's not how it is. He's within us. The kingdom of heaven is within us, and so is Yahweh.
I I agree.
We
And
we were in His image. Our pineal gland is our cell phone for direct contact to him. But we can't get the messages if we have distraction and noise and a bunch of chaos.
Well, that's like when I sit down to read his word. When the second I start reading, I'm bombarded. I can't concentrate on the reading.
Yeah.
And then when I play play a YouTube video that has like his word, it immediately my mind goes into like starts getting bombarded by all these thoughts and stuff like that. You know,
That's thoughts.
and
That's not.
it's to me it's like these attacks keep happening all the time.
You gotta rebuke it out loud.
I do.
Be like, I rebuke you in Yeshua's mighty name. I rebuke you with the power of Yahweh. Get out of my head.
All the time, and it works. People don't realize that works. If you do that over and over again, like you taught me that, you know that, right?
Well, because nobody knows that that's not their thoughts. Unless they're told to be able to have discernment between their thoughts and the enemy's, they don't know.
You want to hear I'll share this with you, but wait till you hear this. This is how bad they can get. This is how bad they can put something in your head. I was driving down the road earlier today, right? And
Yeah.
I seen this guy with his kid going down the sidewalk, right? One thought come in my mind. You know what that thought was? Drive up on the sidewalk and run him over. And I'm sitting there going, holy crap, get out of my head. Like, can you, that's what I'm talking about. That's how bad that they will attack you.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, you gotta remember, the archons run this world. Yahweh doesn't run this world. He threw down Satan and the archons, and they run this dimension.
Right.
So he's got minions everywhere. He's got his agents everywhere. They're all around you. There's spiritual warfare and angels and demons fighting around you 24/7.
And they keep coming and coming and coming. They don't go away.
Coming like a flood. They're sitting right beside you, whispering in your ear. Yeah, run them over, kill them.
I think that, you know, the other night when we were sitting there, we were talking, and I really wish that would have came over. But the thing about it, the word about it is so many people are out there, and we're trying to plant seeds, and the time for planting seeds it's like, I think it's more now, we need to harvest. And the reason why I say that is it just came to mind. The seeds, we planted the seeds, now it's time for the harvest. And
the angel of harvest is getting ready to sickle the earth.
Right. Go out there and try to,
because the harvest is ready and the harvest is ripe, and there's about to be a separation yet.
right.
And that's called the rapture.
Oh, that's
It's the wheat from the tares. Separate the wheat from the chaff. The chaff's going to be burned by fire. Okay? And the wheat is going to go into the barn. The chaff's going to be burned by fire from the heavens. Everything's going to be destroyed by fire.
it's going to be an infernal.
It's time for purification. This time it's not going to be with water, it's going to be with fire. The whole reason why Yahweh made the rainbow is to promise that he wasn't going to flood the earth again the second time. It's going to be fire this time. He needs to burn up the archons. Like he's got to get rid of the archons. They're the ones that's corrupting humanity, destroying humanity and the earth. So guess what? The chaff, which is the archons, they're going to Sheol. And we're
Huh.
going to, and it's not up in the sky in heaven. Heaven is on earth. It's just a different dimension. In Revelation, Book of Revelation, at the end, he talks about the new heaven and the new earth. He's going to make all things new. After he burns up the archons and sends them their souls to Sheol, then he's making all things new. New heaven, new earth.
Yep.
It's going to be paradise. And
I can't wait.
yeah, and it's not going to be the 3D archon low vibrating frequency. It's going to be 5D and up frequency.
I still think that there's a lot of people out there. Their mind is so set on the teachings that, like, I remember one time I asked I won't say, but I asked a woman one time who was a devoted Christian, Baptist, by the way, and she said, I asked her, I go, what do you think heaven's going to be like? Oh, we'll be flying around and casting our crowns at the Lord's feet and for eternity. And I was like, okay. I said, well, what about, I go, it's going to be great, when you get up there and you're going to have babies and stuff. No, there won't be babies. There won't be sex. You won't ever have sex. I'm like,
Yeah, that's the lie from the devil.
I'm like, what? God created man and woman. Come on now.
Yeah. How are we supposed to have generations upon generations in the new heaven and new earth if there is no kingdom marriage? Hello. Hello. Lie from the devil. Okay, that's the lie from
What's
the
more? What would God would be more logical about that? I mean, come on, right?
Yeah.
He
Well,
creates male and female.
yes, and it talks about that in Genesis.
I mean,
Divine male, divine female, and we're made in his image. Therefore, we have his DNA encoded in our body.
yes.
And our pineal gland is where he communicates with us with visions and telepathy and whatever he wants to show us and tell us. That
Oh,
is our cell phone to Yahweh.
let's see that
Our
works.
his temple. He can't reside in his one of his temples if there's demons in there.
See, that's where this is where I like to tell people, I don't I explain to them how it is, how the journey is. It's tough, and it's to do it right. You following that path it it's it's a rocky path. It's not, it has
Narrow,
ups. What's that?
narrow path.
Yes, a narrow path.
Road less taken.
It is very narrow. But the thing
But
about it
Lord,
is,
straight for you
yes.
if you take it.
Well, I'm on it. I'm on my path.
About the crown situation, okay? You can't just be a good person to get crowned when you get to the kingdom, new heaven and new earth. You have to carry the cross, and blood, sweat, and tears get you that crown at the end. You just don't get a crown. You have to be crucified within Christ, and then blood, sweat, and tears carrying the cross at the end. If you overcome at the end, then you get a crown. You think King David got a crown just for sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm going to heaven, I'm going to get a crown"? No, he had to take Goliath down. He had to fight like blood, sweat, and tears. All the prophets, blood, sweat, and tears.
Right.
Okay, got martyred. Okay, like you can't just sit around singing hallelujah and then you're gonna get a crown.
But see,
That's a
that's
lie.
what they're taught, right?
That's a lie from the church.
Yeah, but that's what they're
Doctrine of
taught.
demons. The devil is a liar. He wants you to be lukewarm so you never know who you are and you never get that crown. And you never have a relationship with Yahweh.
That
No, soul
I,
snatcher. He, like, you might as well call him soul snatcher because he's cheater. He cheats. He steals souls. Kill, steal, destroy. That's all he knows.
well, I'll tell you this. I know for I'm happy. I'm content. I'm not worried. I don't have no fear. I fear God. I'm very
Beginning of
very fearful of God. Huh?
the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord.
Right. You always do tell me that. Yeah.
It's written.
I just think it's smart. Can you imagine like someone saying, "I'm not afraid of God"? Ugh,
Oh, I've heard it so many times. And in my head, I'm just like, oh boy.
boy, you better be afraid.
You shouldn't have. Because he just heard you say that.
oh,
Oh no.
I heard someone one time say, I I said, "You better be careful. God's watching you." And he goes, blank God, like that. And I go, dude,
That,
I
yeah,
go,
that's a demon.
you need to really, really not say that. And he goes, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that." And I was like, "Yeah, you did mean to say it." I go, "Wow." I go, I couldn't believe it when he said that. I was like, I think I about fell over. I go, you better be asking God for forgiveness on that one. You just told
Well,
told him to.
it was an unclean spirit talking. They don't ask for forgiveness.
Well, he did though. He goes,
The person, then no, if you can get the person to override that unclean spirit, they'll do it. But the unclean spirit itself's not going to do it.
that's just like another time. I remember once when I was DJing a wedding, I saw the groom, like right after the wedding, they got married. Right at the reception hall, I seen the groom smack his wife around. Like, yeah, I mean, he literally punched her to the point where she was bleeding.
Yeah, that's demon.
I believe that.
That's a demon.
See, the thing about it is people don't realize that you can have a person who is a very good person, and this enemy will put the person who you love the most and put a demon in it and cause that person to hurt you. tick tock, tick tock. But don't you believe that sometimes it's better to like try to help people to understand?
Yes, we have to help wake up the masses. We have to tell them the truth. Because if they don't know the truth, they're still going to be brainwashed with that doctrine. They can be free. We can break their chains if we tell them how to do it. Right now, they got chains of oppression. The devil's got them chained up because he's waiting for their soul. We can break those chains. We got the keys. And I got a sledgehammer.
You got a sledgehammer?
Yeah, I borrowed it from Yahweh.
You gonna smash that phone, aren't you?
I smashed them chains off of people and helped them pull them out of the pit. Yes, I will.
I think um I think one of the biggest things I love about me and my relationship with God is some of the surprises I get. You know, and he surprises me all the time.
Well, do what you're supposed to do, and you're leveling up. Yeah, you get rewarded.
I don't think it's like rewards. I maybe some of them are. I'll take that. But some of them are like, I swear sometimes he has a sense of humor, and he's just like he's messing with me. It's like, really? It's like
Oh,
I go,
he has a sense of humor, yes.
oh, he I swear he messes with me sometimes just to try me out, you know what I'm saying? Just like,
Oh, you're always being tested.
well, he's probably tested me, I think, but
It's always a test, a lesson, or a blessing.
yeah, you always say that, right? Lesson or a blessing. Lesson or a blessing.
Yeah, right now, okay, so this dimension that we're in here, planet Earth, okay, this is a school that we are in college, the life college, okay?
Right.
So, Yahweh is the teacher. He's the professor, okay? So, in the game of life, in the school of hard knocks that we're in attending, that we chose before we were born, we signed a covenant with Yahweh and said, yeah, we're going to do it in such a time as this because we have to help save souls.
Right.
Because this is the Days of Noah Part 2. Okay, 2.0.
I think I don't, I disagree with that. I don't think it's Noah 2.0. I think it's Noah like 1,000,006. Because
No, it's the second time.
Really?
Yes, really. I told you that.
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you. I learned it a long time ago.
If you're disagreeing with me, you're disagreeing with Yahweh, and I don't think you want to do that.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to disagree with him. No.
No, that is when I speak. My information came from him. We are literally in Days of Noah Part 2. But this time it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're not the ark. This time the ark is in the air. It's not in the boat this time. The first time the ark was a boat. Okay? Because of the water. This time the ark is going to be in the sky. Because fire is coming down from the heavens. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
And So we are in Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0 for when it comes to humanity, the way they're acting. Days of Noah Part 2, because there's about to be purification of the earth, and the way everybody's acting right now too goes along with that.
Right. Right. Well, the thing about it is that's why, like in Revelations, like he pretty much spells it out. It's like, look, he's gonna come. He's gonna grab some people. He's gonna give some people a chance to get their crap together, and he's gonna come back, and then it's all over with. And I I really don't want people. I don't want people to have to stay here during that time, and there's a reason for it. I just really don't.
But you got to understand, the people that are going to be left behind are the ones that need to be humbled by Yahweh. These are not going to be good people that are left behind. Do you
Right,
understand?
and I understand that, and
All the first fruits are all the good people, the ones that try to do right, the ones that fight for justice, the ones that have the pure heart and pure souls, the good people, okay? The people left behind are the knuckleheads that need to have humbleness and humility, and only Yahweh can do that.
it's true.
Like the
Well,
narcissist, for instance, okay? They're going to be left behind. So only they can be humbled by Yahweh. That's it. Me and you, we can plant as many seeds as we want to, but our words are in vain.
yeah. Well,
So the left behind are going to be the offspring of the vipers, okay? The sons of the watchers, okay? The watchers are the fallen angels, the Nephilim, the archons, like all of them, okay? They're good. Remember, he forgives the wicked too. So in the second wave, if he humbles all the narcissists, okay, and they fall to their knees and beg for forgiveness and switch sides, then yeah, okay. But only he can do it though, not us.
that's right. That's right.
He sent us the first time around to try to give it to the lesson and the test and the lessons. They failed miserably. So guess who's going to be left behind? Guess who's about to be humbled?
See, that's
Guess who's going to go to Yahweh in humility?
see. That's why I'm always constantly pushing this all the time.
Yeah.
Hard, and I know it's like I don't care what people may think. I just tell them, look, I have to push towards this, and I have to keep pushing it and pushing it. You know, and
Yeah.
and because
But like I said, it's the people, the ones that are hungry for the truth are gonna hear it. The rest of them have the reprobate mind. They're gonna ignore you. They don't have the eyes and the ears.
right,
So you can only save who wants to be saved.
I
And so we still do our job. We still put the seeds out there. We still put the truth out there. Whoever wants to listen, listens. Whoever doesn't, bye bye, move on. Uh I won't see you soon. You know what I mean?
well,
Like,
I
good
am.
luck with.
The thing about it is though I'm not totally like convinced that when I'm not totally convinced that I can give up on people like one time. I try to push it where they just I can't push it no more. You know what I'm saying? It's
You're only supposed to do it twice.
twice.
If anything more than 2 times, you're forcing it. And Yahweh doesn't force people to come
Well,
to.
I'm not. Wait. Well, I see what you're saying. I get that part of it. Yeah, I'm saying. Well, I'm not sitting there saying like you got to do it right now. I'm saying what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to make sure that they 100% understand that.
Right. Okay, but like I'm telling you, they're only going to understand what their eyes and ears hear and see. You can talk until you're purple in the face.
Oh yeah, believe me, I know. I did
That's what.
that.
Look, look. Try talk to them no more than 2 times. After that, you're wasting your time. Let them come to you after that. But continue to spread the word virally, okay, for other people to hear.
Right.
Comes to in person, don't do it more than twice. Let them come to you after that. After 2 times, let them come to you if they want to know, because it's gonna be you're wasting your time. You could be saving somebody else.
Well, that's kind of what I want to do. I, I I don't know. I just feel today it's just like one of those days where I did a lot of thinking about, like that woman jumping out and I thought about trying to get some things done. I discovered other things that I need to take care of immediately, and which I think that God has. It's a number you taught me how to always talk to God and make sure that anything that is coming my way to make sure it's okay. I ask for His permission on everything,
Yeah,
and
you always ask him at the beginning of the day. You always want to, ask him to guide your steps and then help you with whatever you ask for help for whatever you need for help with for the day. You know, and
well, that's true. But I'm for me, it's like when I get up, I make breakfast, I say my prayers, and sometimes I anoint myself and don't laugh, but I anoint the boys too. I don't want them to feel left out. Anyway, so, but I feel like when I'm done doing that, I'm ready for my whole entire day. And then I listen to scripture on the way to work, or someone reading scripture, or something like that, or and then talk to God throughout the whole day and while I'm doing my work. And then
yeah,
and then of course there's sometimes I'm thinking like, what I can do to help people. I want to be able to help people. So